social interaction. And being alone, I will always choose being alone.
Her name was Reyna Dunlap, a 30-year-old social media influencer from Maryland, known to her 82000 followers as the Nude Queen. To her fans, she was fearless and glamorous, always exuding confidence with every post. But here she was, found in circumstances no one could have imagined. Her hair and nails, freshly done, as if she was ready for a big moment. But the rest? It didn't fit. She was wearing oversized clothing, something completely unlike her stylish image. And what's more chilling, her phone, ID, and purse were missing. How does someone like Reyna, a woman who seemed to have it all, end up in a vacant house in Cleveland, a city her family says she had no connection to? Who was she with in her final hours? And what secrets are hidden in this tragic scene? Before we jump into this incredible story, take a moment to comment below where you're tuning in from. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that will leave a lasting impression. Your support helps us share these powerful messages with the world. Now, let's go back. Let's retrace Reyna's steps, uncover the truth, and ask the questions no one else seems to be asking. Was her death a tragic accident? Or is there something far darker lurking in the shadows of her final days? Stick with me, because this is a story you won't forget. To understand the heartbreaking mystery of Reyna Dunlap, let's rewind the clock. Before the abandoned house, before the mystery, there was Reyna Dunlap, a woman who refused to be invisible. Born and raised in Maryland, Reyna wasn't just another face on the internet. She called herself the Nude Queen, a title she wore like armor. On Instagram and X, she posted unapologetically bold photos, fiery captions, and a smile that dared the world to underestimate her. Her followers, though strong, adored her for it. She wasn't just selling confidence, she was living it. But here's the thing about Reyna. Behind the filters and the fame, she was human. A daughter, a sister, a dreamer. Her mom, Karen, remembers her as the girl who'd give her last dollar to a stranger. Her sister Kira laughs about how Reyna would dance in the living room, cracking jokes until tears streamed down their faces. She wanted to be seen, Kira says, but not like this, never like this. In late 2024, Reyna packed her bags and headed to Cleveland. Her goal? To audition for Baddie's Midwest, a reality TV show known for its drama, its chaos, and its power to turn unknowns into stars. The Zeus network, the show's producer, had cast a spotlight Reyna was desperate to step into. She posted videos before leaving. "This is my shot, y'all. Time to make history." Her voice bubbled with excitement. Her eyes sparkled, but somewhere between those posts and the cold floors of that abandoned house, the sparkle faded. What happened in Cleveland? That's the question haunting everyone who loved her. Because Reyna Dunlap wasn't just chasing fame. She was running toward a future she'd fought for her entire life. A future where she'd finally be more than the Nude Queen. Where she'd be Reyna, the star, the sister, the daughter, the woman who made it. But Cleveland didn't give her that future. Instead, it gave her family nightmares. Medical records show she visited a rape crisis center there. Social media posts, now deleted, hinted at danger. "I think I've been drugged," she wrote in one. "They won't let me leave," in another. Who were they? What did she see? And why did no one notice the cracks in her armor until it was too late? Think about it. What would you do if someone you loved vanished? If their laughter turned to silence? If their bright, bold life ended in a cold, dark room? That's the reality Reyna's family faces every day. So before we go deeper into this mystery, I want you to imagine it, put yourself in their shoes, and ask yourself, what if it was your sister, your daughter, your friend? Let's talk about the weeks that changed everything, the weeks that turned Reyna Dunlap, vibrant, fearless, unstoppable Reyna, into a ghost. It started in December 2024. Reyna had been in Cleveland for a month, chasing her reality TV dreams. At first, her updates were electric. Posts from the Baddie's Midwest audition, laughing with castmates, exploring the city. "This is it, guys," she wrote. "My time to shine." But then, the light began to flicker. Her family noticed it first. The texts slowed, the calls stopped. Her sister Kira sent her a birthday message on December 30th, no reply. Her mom Karen left voicemail after voicemail, silence. It wasn't like her, Karen says. She'd never go days without talking to us, never. But Reyna wasn't completely silent. On social media, her posts grew darker. On January 3rd, she shared a photo of herself in a dimly lit room, her smile forced, her eyes hollow. The caption read, "Trust no one." Followers brushed it off as drama for the show. Then, on January 10th, another post. "I think they drugged me last night. I can't remember anything." Comments flooded in. "Are you okay? Call the police." But Reyna deleted the post within hours. The pieces were there, but nobody put them together, not yet. Then came November 29th. Wait, November? That's right. Months before her disappearance, Reyna walked into a rape crisis center in Cleveland. Medical records show she reported an assault. She begged for help but refused to name names. She was terrified, a nurse later recalled. She kept saying, "They'll hurt me if I talk." But Reyna never told her family. She never told her followers. She buried the pain behind filters and hashtags until she couldn't. By mid-January 2025, Reyna's online presence went cold. No posts, no stories, just nothing. Meanwhile, her family was frantic. Kira combed through her sister's social media, digging up deleted posts, screenshotting every cryptic message. "I felt like I was watching her drown," Kira says, "and I couldn't reach her." The final clue? A voicemail Reyna left her mom on January 15th. The audio is shaky, her voice barely a whisper. "Mom, I messed up. I'm in too deep. They won't let me." The line goes dead. Karen played that message 100 times, 1,000. They. Who were they? A producer? A friend? A stranger? And why couldn't Reyna say their name? Think about it. How many signs does it take before someone disappears? A deleted post, a frantic voicemail, a visit to a crisis center, all breadcrumbs leading to a nightmare. But by the time Reyna's family started connecting the dots, it was too late. On January 21st, the police called. They'd found her body. And just like that, the girl who lived her life in color became a statistic in black and white. So I'll ask you, look at Reyna's final posts, the fear in her words, the desperation in that voicemail. Was she crying for help? Or was she warning us? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you've ever seen someone's smile fade while everyone else kept laughing, you know why this story matters. A bitterly cold Tuesday in Cleveland. A local maintenance worker, checking on the boarded-up houses along Francis Avenue, noticed a door slightly ajar. Inside, the air reeked of decay. Dust floated in the dim light filtering through cracked windows. And there, in a corner of the rotting living room, lay Reyna Dunlap. She was curled on her side, her face eerily peaceful. Her hair, freshly dyed jet black, styled in sleek waves, looked like it belonged on a red carpet. Her nails, painted blood red, gleamed under the flashlight's beam, but nothing else made sense. Her clothes, a baggy sweatshirt 2 sizes too big, men's jogging pants stained with dirt, swallowed her frame. No jewelry, no purse, no phone. Even the shoes on her feet weren't hers. It was as if someone had dressed her in a stranger's life. Police found no signs of struggle, no blood, no bruises, just silence. How does a woman vanish for weeks, then reappear in a place like this? Perfectly groomed, yet stripped of everything that defined her. Her family would soon learn the truth, but it wasn't the truth they wanted. When the call came, Karen, Reyna's mother, collapsed. Kira, her sister, screamed into the phone. "No, you're lying. That's not her." But it was. Dental records confirmed it. The vibrant, loud, unstoppable Reyna, the girl who danced in grocery store aisles and posted selfies mid-laugh, was gone. In her place, a body in a morgue, tagged and cold. The questions came like a flood. Why was she wearing those clothes? Where were her belongings? Who left her there? And why? Why? Did she look like she'd stepped out of a salon only to be discarded like trash? The police had no answers. Only theories. Maybe an overdose, they said. Maybe she wandered in, disoriented, and collapsed. But her family refused to believe it. Reyna didn't do drugs, Karen insisted. She hated even taking aspirin. And the clothes? She'd never wear something that didn't match. Never. To them, every detail felt like a clue, or a taunt. The missing phone, the abandoned house, the eerie contrast between her polished appearance and the grime around her. Then came the worst part, the timeline. Reyna had been dead for days when they found her, maybe longer. Where was she between January 15th, the day of that frantic voicemail, and January 21st? Was she alive in that house, or had someone dumped her there, like a secret they couldn't keep? Kira visited the house weeks later. She stood in that empty room, staring at the floor where her sister's body once lay. "It felt like she was still there," she said. "Like she was screaming, but no one could hear her. So I'll ask you, look at the facts. A woman vanishes, her family begs for answers, and when she's found, every detail feels wrong, too clean, too staged, too quiet. What does it mean when someone's death makes less sense than their life? Drop your theories in the comments. Who dressed her in those clothes? Where's her phone? And why would someone kill her but leave her looking perfect? This isn't just a mystery. It's a riddle wrapped in a tragedy. And Reyna's family? They're still waiting for someone to solve it. The police called it an overdose. Case closed. But Reyna Dunlap's family, they weren't having it. "My daughter didn't do drugs," Karen snapped at detectives. "You're missing something. Someone." And so began a battle, not just for answers, but for the truth. Let's start with the facts. The autopsy found no physical trauma. No broken bones, no defensive wounds. Toxicology reports showed traces of fentanyl in her system, enough to kill her, the coroner said. But here's the problem. Reyna's family swears she'd never touch opioids. Her sister Kira scrolled through months of Reyna's texts showing me, "See, she called pills poison. She hated them. Even her ex-boyfriend confirmed it. She'd lecture you for taking a Tylenol." So how did fentanyl end up in her body? And why was there no evidence of how it got there? No syringe, no pills, nothing. Then there's the clothes. Police claimed Reyna must have put them on herself, maybe disoriented, stumbling into that house to die. But her family hired a forensic stylist. Guess what? The sweatshirt she wore was traced to a Cleveland second-hand store. The pants sold in bulk to homeless shelters. Reyna hated thrift stores, Kira said. She'd rather die than wear something that didn't slay. So who dressed her, and why? The family's theory? Sex trafficking. Exploitation. A dark underworld Reyna stumbled into while chasing fame. They found deleted DMs on her Instagram. Men offering modeling gigs at shady addresses. One message read, "Come to this party, big names will be there, bring your confidence." Reyna replied, "I'm in." That was November 28th, Dr. Menyon. The day before she visited the Rape Crisis Center, but the police didn't care. No proof, they said, no witnesses. Meanwhile, Reyna's phone, the key to everything, was missing. Her iCloud, wiped clean. Her Instagram, dozens of posts deleted after her death. "That's not a coincidence," Karen said. "Someone wanted her silenced." Then came the bombshell. A source inside the Zeus network, the producers of Baddie's Midwest, told the family Reyna never even made it to the final audition. She was cut after the first round, the source said, but she kept hanging around set, trying to network. Who was she networking with? Crew members? Contestants? Strangers? The family begged police to subpoena the show's guest lists. They refused. So the Dunlaps took matters into their own hands. They launched a GoFundMe, hired a private investigator, and combed through every frame of Reyna's last posts. The PI found something chilling. In the background of her January 3rd selfie, the one captioned, "Trust no one," a man's face was partially visible in a mirror, blurred but recognizable. The family swears they've seen him before. In Cleveland club photos, in the audience of Baddie's tapings. But who is he? The police won't say. Here's what we know. Dead influencers don't get justice, not unless the public demands it, and right now the public is split. Some say Reyna was reckless, that she walked into danger. Others say she was hunted. So I'll ask you, look at the gaps in this case, the deleted posts, the missing phone, the man in the mirror. Did the police fail her, or is there something darker, something bigger they're afraid to uncover? Drop your theories below. Was this an overdose, a cover-up, or something far more sinister? The Dunlaps deserve answers. And Reyna? She deserves more than a hashtag. She deserves the truth. Reyna Dunlap's body was buried in Maryland on a gray, rainy morning. Showed up. Family, friends, fans holding printed screenshots of her posts. They wore purple, her favorite color. They played her favorite song, Unstoppable by Sia, and tried to laugh through tears as they remembered the girl who lit up every room. But beneath the flowers and the speeches, one question hung in the air. What now? Her family isn't giving up. Karen and Kira launched a GoFundMe titled Justice for Reyna, pleading for help to fund a private autopsy, hire investigators, and fight until the truth comes out. Donations poured in. 5 from a single mom in Texas, 5 from a single mom in Texas, 100 from a fan in London, 500 from an anonymous donor. Well road shed survive better. A soft hooray they've raised, 500 from an anonymous donors. Wrote. Shade served better. A soft today they've raised 200 0. But it's not enough. A private autopsy costs $7,000 alone, a full investigation, tens of thousands. We'll sell our cars if we have to, Karen says. We'll sell the house. She's worth it. But money isn't the only obstacle. The police closed the case. The coroner ruled it an accidental overdose, and the public, most moved on. After all, tragedies like this happen every day. But not to people like Reyna. Not to someone who burned so brightly. So the Dunlaps turned to strangers for help. They post daily on TikTok, dissecting clues, sharing old photos, begging for witnesses to come forward. In one video, Kira holds up Reyna's favorite necklace, a gold chain with a tiny crown pendant. She wore this every day, Kira says, voice breaking. But it wasn't on her when they found her. Someone took it. Someone out there knows where it is. Then there's the private autopsy. The family's hired pathologist is re-examining every detail, the fentanyl in her system, the strange clothes, the timeline that doesn't add up. Drugs don't curl your hair, Karen says. Drugs don't paint your nails. Someone did that to her. Someone wanted her to look peaceful. But why? Fans have theories. Some comb through old Baddie's Midwest episodes, pausing on shadowy figures in the background. Others analyze Reyna's last Instagram Live, claiming they hear muffled voices off camera. A few even swear they've seen her in a gas station, in a crowd, alive. But these are ghosts, and ghosts don't solve crimes. What's real is the pain. Karen sleeps with Reyna's childhood stuffed animal. Kira texts her sister's old number daily, hoping someday, somehow, it'll deliver. Hey Ray, it's me. Call me back, okay? Reyna's legacy? It's complicated. To some, she's a cautionary tale, a warning about the dangers of fame. To others, she's a symbol of every woman who's ever been failed by the system. But to her family, she's just Reyna, the girl who loved spicy ramen and horror movies. The sister who stole Kira's clothes but always gave them back. The daughter who called her mom every Sunday no matter what. So here we are, no arrests, no answers, just a family clinging to hope and a case as cold as the Cleveland winter. But listen closely, because this isn't over. Someone knows something. Someone's guilty conscience is eating them alive. Someone out there has the missing piece. If that's you, if you've ever heard a rumor, seen a text, or recognized the face in Reyna's final selfie, speak up. Reach out to the Dunlap family, or leave a comment below. Because Reyna's story isn't just about death, it's about justice. And justice doesn't have an expiration date. Reyna Dunlap's story is one that lingers long after you've heard it. It's haunting, heartbreaking, and above all, deeply unsettling. Her life, so vibrant and bold, stands in stark contrast to the mysterious circumstances of her death. How could someone who inspired so many, who lit up every room she walked into, end up alone and lifeless in a forgotten house? It's a reminder for all of us. What we see on the surface is rarely the full story. Reyna's glamorous online persona hid struggles and secrets we may never fully understand, and as her family continues their fight for answers, we're left to wonder. What really happened? So, what do you think? Was Reyna lured into a trap by someone she trusted? Or was she running from something or someone she couldn't face? Perhaps the truth lies in a detail we've overlooked, a clue waiting to be uncovered. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your theories, your questions, and your insights. After all, the more perspectives we have, the closer we might get to the answers her family so desperately needs. And don't forget, this isn't the end of the journey. Tomorrow we'll explore another chilling case, the mysterious disappearance of an entire family that left an entire town searching for answers. You won't want to miss this one. So make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated. Your support not only helps us share these stories. As we close, let's take a moment to honor Reyna. These were some of the posts that brought light and laughter to her followers, the images that captured her spirit. And here, her family's photos remind us of the vibrant, loving woman they knew best. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and always remember to check in on those you care about. Sometimes, the ones who seem the strongest are the ones who need us most.